Now, back to your friends, Don and Gino.
Thank you for joining us again on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Thank you for joining us in the Vault Media Studios. And with us today is Casey Kirkman and Ben Strength with AQMS Moving and Storage. Do you guys know why we call it the Vault? Do you remember what this building was? It's
the old
bank.
Yeah,
bank?
Yeah.
This is where their vault used to be.
Really?
So we decided to call it the vault because everybody wants what's inside the vault.
Where's the
knowledge, money. That's what we offer every week.
This is a professional operation here.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it's actually nicer and then KHTS, we tease him. We had Carl in here. He's like, oh, it's nicer than our studio.
They've had it for a long time, so. Yeah, I know they're looking to move.
Well, we get to customize it for us. They got to deal with anybody and everybody coming in, so it's got to be a little bit more generic. Here, we can make it just for us.
And they got a view of the river.
Yeah, and we can also just use the money out of our own pocketbook, I guess.
Yes, we had to do that as well.
So thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having
Again,
us.
Casey Kirkman and Ben Strength. And also we get to work with Flossie. We know Flossie on your team
Flossie's
there. She's
great.
awesome.
Yep,
no,
she's amazing.
I've known Flossie, and she used to be in our industry. She was head of our ops department for Directors Mortgage. Now, we're talking in the late 80s.
Really?
Yeah, back in 88.
She was 28, so the math doesn't add up.
I know. I did the same thing. I just tell everybody I started when I was 12. Door to door doing loans.
She is awesome. I mean, every time I see her, she's smiling. She's happy, no matter what's going on in her life. She's just a glowing individual.
Yeah, she's as good as it gets. She's I don't think she's ever had a bad day. It's just amazing.
You would never know.
Yeah. Well, see, Casey is brilliant because he's like us. We always brag about our team.
Sure.
Our manufacturing process and their care and diligence with Linda and Sue and Shannon and Wendy. I go through the whole list. They are amazing. They make me look good.
Yep.
As do you. You are smart to surround yourself around great people. We know Ben. We know Floss. We know the crew.
Yep.
Which also allows you to become the club champion of the Valencia Country Club.
I have to thank my wife for that. I came from a baseball background, and I ended up hurting my shoulder. And then when I got into business, I got into sales. I was working for 3M and DuPont selling engineered parts to aerospace and things like that. And it's just been one of those deals where it's you get the bug, whether it be and baseball.
Well, you're an athlete. You have to do something.
It'll drive you crazy. It literally will. So I try to surround myself around people alike. I mean, Flossie's the same way, nice as could be, but as competitive as all get out.
She is. I love that.
And is involved in the community and Ben and our entire office staff. We've got a lot of great sales reps. Our average estimator has about 20 years of experience. So I mean that's a big deal when you have somebody coming out and giving you a bid on what's going to cost. Because I think what's scary in our industry is it's kind of what contractors get the same thing. They come out, they promise you the world. This is what it's going to be, and then all of a sudden, a month later, they haven't started the job and they're asking for their third sets of checks, things like that. And, with moving and storage. For years, you had a lot of guys that would kind of pirate the customer stuff. They would come out and they would say, here's the dollar amount, and then knowing going into it every time that they were going to charge them more money once the stuff got on the truck, and it's it's illegal, but B, it's something that is thank God for the internet, because those companies now will be handed over to appropriate authorities, the Public Utilities Commission, DOT. So. The folks we have surrounded with us are, I might be a little biased, just a hair, but I mean, I start with character when I'm hiring people, and guys like Flossie and Jack and Taz, and we have a new general manager who's been with us about a year, Mark Latham, and he played football at Fresno State, and I mean they go above and beyond. They really do. I could not be more fortunate to have the team I have around me, and then the crews. I mean, when I bought the company in 2006, no one really saw me around town, touting our moving company, because I didn't believe in what I had. I had to go. And the first year was just cleaning up. We bought a company.
That, sure.
Yeah, we bought a company that I really didn't feel comfortable putting my name on, and I wouldn't want these guys in my friends' homes, because I wasn't sure of their character, whether it was good or not. I didn't know them well enough, and I don't want to send somebody into a vulnerable position, or you're in your home, you're in your sacred area. So, we spent some time, and Ben mentioned he's in part of our recruiting process, and Mark, and I think one of the most important things that we do is the backgrounds. And
thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah,
these are people going into our homes handling our personal items. It's a big deal. Maybe why some people wouldn't hire a moving company, but it's refreshing to know that you guys go to the nth degree to hire people with quality character and that are accountable to you and Ben and the surveys and the follow-ups. All that makes a difference.
100%.
Because if you aren't doing that, then you're anonymous. I mean, that's why we talk about out-of-area companies. Well, they can be anonymous out there, do a horrible job, and still get business. Out here, you do that, you are done.
Yep.
So you have to be accountable to this community in many ways, with of course, the quality of work you do, but also what I love, Casey, is that you guys give back so much to the community you survive on, just like we do. That's why you see us involved in so much. We live off this community. Full blown. We're in real estate and finance. So without a lot of you buying and selling homes and using us for your refinancing your purchases, we'd be done.
Yes.
So we enjoy giving back to this great community that takes care of us. And you're involved in everything. Every time I see you guys and Ben, you're there, and Flossie's there. I mean, you specifically have Flossie doing this on a regular basis, but you're part of Henry Mayo Foundation, the Pat Tillman Foundation, the Michael Hoff Foundation, which are, of course, near and dear to my heart, Carousel Ranch. And then in your spare time, you're on how many boards?
A few.
ALS board, the Chamber, Economic Development Corporation, California United Bank, and Valencia Country Club, just for fun.
I think, at the end of the day, the goal for us, we feed our family. I got a 3 and a 5-year-old. We feed our family. But the most pleasure I get is giving back to, seeing some of these, Michael Hoffland Foundation, going over and playing their golf tournament and seeing the kids and hearing their testimonies. And I surround a lot of my charities through golf, because I do play golf, as you had mentioned, but
just a little bit.
It seems like in Valencia every Monday there's each golf course has a charity, and the toughest part for me having that value is picking the right charity.
Right.
Because there's just so many.
128 out here. Did you realize that?
Wow.
128. That's why I know once you're involved, you get spread pretty thin, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and it seems that especially when you're as visible as we both are, in these charities, it's kind of a domino effect once you get involved in them, and they all know your contact information, and you know what? They're all as important as the next. It's just which one, without going out of business, and being able to feed my family, do you support? But it's funny. I'm on another board that's not on there, and it's kind of a funny name, and doesn't tie into who we are, but it's called the Legends Club, and it's based out of Los Angeles, and it's around the Northern Trust tournament in LA, and they give back, I want to say $3 or $4 million to local charities, and you got to pay a little bit of money to get on this board, and it's all about giving back to the community. And I got on this thing about 6 years ago, and I heard Jerry West speak one time, the Lakers great, the logo, if you will.
Logo.
Yeah, and he said, after playing and having a comfort level, he goes, there's nothing I enjoy more in life than giving back and seeing the look on people's faces. And again, without sounding cheesy or anything like that, my wife and I have been blessed, and we truly enjoy being involved in this community. And there's nowhere else I would rather live on the planet than the Santa Clarita Valley. It is a hidden secret, and the community supports one another, and I truly am blessed to be a part of it. I really am. And
you are a very great part of it. That's Casey Kirkman with AQMS, Affordable Quality Moving and Storage, and sharing what you hear us every week. And by the way, almost anybody that comes on our show has to give back to the community, or they just happen to not get a call from Shannon, right, Shannon?
Yeah, but
it's coincidence.
Yeah,
it's true. Last week during the show was kind of a unique day because you were at the SCV Youth Project tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so was Ben, so was Flossie.
And in the morning we had already given blood at the Michael Hoffman.
That was my excuse for my poor game. Just gave blood.
Yeah, he was looking good out there. Yeah.
And then the week prior to that, we had just finished push-ups for charity. So, we really are busy with the charitable events, and it's a great thing, but it is a dedication thing. It's part of our business model. It takes time and effort, and congratulations on that.
Yeah, someone asked why I do so much of that. I go, I don't know the feeling you get if you go buy a watch that you don't need, or you hand money to a charity that really needs it. But for me, again, not trying to sound like cheesy, but boy, the feeling I get of watching somebody, the beneficiary actually need that money versus buying something that's just, about making yourself feel good. It's just, it pays back.
You guys walk the walk, though, Casey.
Yeah.
I mean, you really do. I know you're trying to be, and you are a very humble guy because you're involved in these things. You walk the walk. You don't just throw money around. You're actually at the event.
Sure.
You're involved in it. You see where that money goes. Just like, you mentioned Michael Hoffman Foundation, which I've been part of for like 15 years now, and be prepared for a poker tournament in November. I see the families. They help 286 families dealing with childhood cancer. Personally, I don't even have children, but I can't think of anything worse to deal with than childhood cancer. But I know what they do for these kids and their families and how involved, and the volunteers that are involved, and Jillian and the crew there. They are heavily involved, and what they do for these families is phenomenal. So kudos to you guys giving back and being such a great part of our community.
Kudos to the SCV Valley for taking care of all these these worthy causes. It's amazing the people we have and what they give back. I'm a very, very small fraction of what goes on in you guys as well. And there are some people out there that dedicate their lives to each one of these charities, and I just want to congratulate them and thank them from the bottom of our heart.
Definitely. Okay, so when we come back, we got another little segment here. Let's talk a little bit more about what you guys do at AQMS. We've talked about the, what was near to us, of course, which is quality of service and accountability. And I wanted to start there because I felt that's where the credibility really lies in a moving company, not just, oh yeah, you move stuff. But we'll talk about what you guys do and how you can help a lot of our listeners, a lot of you out there.
Hard questions.
Yeah, there we go. We'll be right back on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Don't go away.